In this video, I'm going to show you how to fold an origami star, Helena, designed by Carmen Sprung. You can use it as a DVD wrapper or any other round, flat object. Diagrams can be found in the origami book Origami 21 Sterne, which translates to Origami 21 Stars by Carmen Sprung. It is in German, but the diagrams are so clear that you don't need to know German to follow along. Indeed, this may well be the most beautiful origami book I own. Carmen is a perfectionist, and you can really tell in this book. Now, onto the star Helena. We need an octagon, and I already have a video on how to fold one from a square, but I thought I'd show you a different way here. But let's first talk about paper sizes. If you want to fold a model for a mini DVD like this one, you can take it out, put it in again, close it up. Then you need to start with a square that has a side length of 21.5 centimeters or 8.5 inches. For a standard size DVD, use a square with a side length of 32 centimeters or 12.75 of an inch. More generally, if you want to wrap a circle with a specific diameter, then simply take that diameter and multiply it by 2.65, and that gives you the side length of the starting square. You may want to add just a couple of millimeters or an eighth to a quarter of an inch to give it a bit more space to move. But now let's get folding. First, we're going to fold a preliminary base. Once you have the preliminary base, then we're going to squash fold each of the flaps. Try to work as precisely as possible, squashing, getting a nice corner, ensuring that both layers are aligned, and then aligning this crease with that parting. Flip over. Do the next flap. We need to do all 4 flaps. And now, to get an octagon, we need to cut off this section of paper. You can use scissors, and I'm going to use a cutting knife. I'm just going to ensure that these layers are balanced out to make it a bit easier to cut through all layers. Try to cut precisely here. The more precisely you cut your octagon, the nicer the finished model is going to be. There's several layers of paper here. This is a very sharp knife, so you can go through all of them at once. And now we have a nice octagon. Now we're going to start with the white side up for a model where, if you see, this light blue would be the purple and the white would be this kind of tan color. Now we're going to take a corner and we're going to align it with the central crease so that the 2 adjoining corners lie on that central crease. So first align this point and then check that each of these 2 points lie on that other central crease. And crease throughout. Unfold, rotate, and repeat on the 7 other corners. You will see that you have created this star shape from these creases. Now next we're going to rotate so that we have a straight edge in the bottom, and we're going to make valley folds on this, this small section here, which is halfway, and then 2 of the creases we just created, kind of like a rabbit ear. So these 3 creases already exist, and then we're going to fold it over to one side and make a crease, and the other side and also make a crease. And then we need to repeat that 7 more times, once on each of the sides. Now, once you've got that done, you've created these mountain folds here. And now we're going to go along the valley folds, and those mountain folds we created to make a twist fold. There are different ways in which you can do a twist fold. We're going to flip over the model, and we're first going to make mountain folds on these creases that go between 2 points. And by doing that, we also want to kind of raise this central octagon. So I'm kind of taking my hand and putting that underneath so that the octagon starts to pop up. Next, we're going to take each of these flaps and push them kind of counterclockwise, going along that mountain fold I showed you. And this is the first one, and the next one, the next one. Kind of trying to keep this relatively 3D still, so that we can then collapse in one go. So that all of these flaps are basically in the right direction already. And then we can turn the model over and just push flat. And then your twist fold is all done. Next, we're going to take one flap and just get it out of the way, making a crease that basically goes from this point up to that point, which gives us space to work on this section. Now we're going to make a squash fold so that this point right here is going to land right there, where there is an extra layer and the white layer meeting each other. In other words, you're basically creating a crease from this point up to that point. And then you kind of have a crease here, and you have a crease there. And then repeat on all of the sides. For the last one, we'd kind of taken, or the last 2 actually, I guess, we'd kind of gotten rid of this, so we're going to pull out a layer so that it looks just like before. That's the second to last one. And then for the last one, we're going to pull out this paper and again repeat that step. It's kind of halfway done already, I guess. So now we have this, and next we're going to form the inside star, and again we need to get rid of some paper first. We're going to create a crease that essentially goes along this edge right here to get some paper out of the way. And then we have this pocket right here, and we're going to make a squash fold. First going to take this whole section and fold it along this edge here and there, and then do a nice symmetrical squash fold. Really try to put your finger all to the bottom in there so that you get a nice point. And then you just align that corner nicely to get a symmetrical shape and in the end a symmetrical star. Then we're going to create a crease between these 2 points, folding down a layer. Try to work quite precisely here so that you get a nice star in the center. And then finally we're going to inside reverse fold along this crease right here and that crease right there. So open up a bit, push the paper inside and close it up on each side. And then continue with the other points, this time going counterclockwise. Now when you've got 2 remaining, remember that we folded this flap for the first one to get some paper out of the way. We're going to fold it back, then do the 7th squash fold. And then the final one. And then your star Helena, designed by Carmen Sprung, is all done. Now to open this model, I like to take 2 corners and just pull. And it opens, and this is where you can put your DVD or other flat round object. And then you can just push it closed again. It goes quite automatically. Again, open and simply push closed. I hope you enjoyed this model and happy folding!